Welcome to The Royal Heritage, your premier destination for captivating and educational content on world royalty's rich history and heritage. Delve into the fascinating world of history, kings, queens and dynasties as we uncover the stories behind majestic palaces, legendary monarchs and enduring traditions. Did you know that Germany, often remembered for its role in the world wars, has a history that stretches back thousands of years, filled with tales of fierce tribes, mighty emperors, and a struggle for unity that shaped Europe? But here's the twist. Germany as we know it today wasn't always a single nation. So how did this land of diverse peoples and cultures become one of the most powerful countries in the world? Stick around, because this story is anything but simple, and it might change how you see modern Germany forever. Let's delve deep, but before then, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to our channel, like, share, and stay updated on all our latest videos. In English, we refer to this country as Germany, a name given by the Romans who called the land east of the Rhine Germania. However, the history of Germany is not just about one nation. It is the story of various Germanic tribes and states that have shaped its identity over thousands of years. This struggle for unity is not just an ancient issue, but something that has continued into modern times. Germany's history is rich, complex, and deeply significant. Yet, much of it is often overshadowed by the events of the 20th century, particularly the First and Second World Wars, where Germany played a central role. While these wars are crucial to understanding modern Germany, its history stretches back thousands of years before them. To truly grasp what Germany represents today, we must explore its past in its entirety. This documentary will take you on a journey from Germany's earliest beginnings to the present day. Modern humans have inhabited the land we now call Germany for around 35,000 years. However, the Germanic tribes began settling in the region nearly 3,000 years ago. These groups migrated southward from Scandinavia and northern Germany, likely due to climate changes. As they moved, their languages and cultures became distinct from those of their northern ancestors. Along the way, they encountered other peoples, including the Celts, Slavs, and Balts. Much of what we know about these early Germanic people comes from archaeology, linguistic studies, and genetic research. Written records from this time are rare. The earliest accounts come from a Greek explorer named Pytheas of Massalia in the 3rd century BC. However, more detailed descriptions appear in Roman records, as the ever-expanding Roman Empire inevitably came into direct contact with the Germanic tribes. One of the first major conflicts between the Romans and the Germanic tribes was the Cimbrian War, 113 to 101 BC. This war began when tribes from what is now Germany, the Cimbri, Teutons and Ambrones, migrated southward due to deteriorating conditions in their homeland. Although the Romans ultimately defeated them, this marked the beginning of a long and intense relationship between Rome and the Germanic tribes. Julius Caesar was the first to refer to these people as Germani. Compared to the Romans, the Germanic tribes lived much simpler and harder lives. They followed a form of paganism that was similar to Norse mythology, focusing on nature and its forces. Their gods included Mani, Tu, Woden, Thuna and Frigg. Interestingly, the names of some of these gods live on in the days of the week: Monday, Mani's Day; Tuesday, Tuesday; Wednesday, Woden's Day; Thursday, Thuna's Day; and Friday, Frigg's Day. Their religious beliefs and traditions later spread to England through the Anglo-Saxon migration. As the Romans expanded, they tried to bring the Germanic tribes under their control. They imposed taxes, confiscated weapons, replaced traditional legal systems, and even took noblemen's sons as hostages. These boys were raised in Rome and taught to live as Romans in the hopes that they would return to Germania as loyal subjects. However, this plan ultimately backfired. One such Romanized German was Arminius, who would later become Rome's greatest enemy in the region. Before a unified German nation could emerge, Germania returned to its former state of disunity. The concept of Germania was largely a Roman invention. While Romans saw the region as one entity, the people living there did not yet share this view. However, this was not the end of Germanic-Roman relations. In the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD, as the Roman Empire began to decline, many Germanic tribes converted to Christianity and adopted aspects of Roman civilization. Around 350 AD, the Bible was translated into the Gothic language, marking an important step in the Christianization of the Germanic peoples. As the Roman Empire fell, many of its successor states were founded by Germanic rulers. Some of these kingdoms even extended as far as North Africa. However, most of these Germanic leaders assimilated into the local populations rather than imposing their own culture. Meanwhile, power was beginning to shift toward the Franks, particularly under Clovis I of the Merovingian dynasty. Clovis became king of the Franks in 481 AD and quickly expanded his territory, taking land from the remaining Roman strongholds and other Germanic tribes. By 508 AD, his kingdom included large parts of modern Germany, France, and the Low Countries. That same year, he converted to Catholicism, setting the stage for widespread Christian conversion in the region. Germany remained divided among different tribes and kingdoms, each with its leaders and traditions. The Bavarians, for example, were fiercely independent, while the Saxons resisted Christianity and frequently raided neighbouring territories. By the early 8th century, the Franks, under Charles Martel, were consolidating their power. Martel's son, Pepin the Short, officially ended the Merovingian dynasty in 751 AD and established the Carolingian dynasty, which would lead to the rise of Charlemagne. Charlemagne, the most famous Frankish ruler, waged wars against the Saxons, Bavarians and Lombards, eventually uniting much of Western and Central Europe under his rule. In 800 AD, Pope Leo III crowned him Emperor of the Romans, marking the beginning of what would later become the Holy Roman Empire. Some historians consider Charlemagne the first Holy Roman Emperor, while others argue that Otto I, a ruler from the 10th century, was the true founder of the empire. Following Charlemagne's death, his empire was divided among his grandsons, leading to the Treaty of Verdun in 843 AD. This agreement split the empire into three parts: West Francia, which became France, Middle Francia, which eventually fragmented, and East Francia, which later evolved into Germany. East Francia was the foundation of what would become the Holy Roman Empire. Over the centuries, East Francia faced constant challenges from internal divisions, invasions by the Magyars, Hungarians, and Viking raids. In 911 AD, the last Carolingian ruler of East Francia died, and the German nobles elected Conrad I as their king. However, it was Henry the Fowler, elected in 919 AD, who is considered the first true German king. He successfully defended the kingdom against external threats and laid the foundation for the rise of Otto the Great. Otto I, also known as Otto the Great, became king in 936 AD and was crowned Holy Roman Emperor in 962 AD. During his reign, he expanded German influence into Italy, strengthened the empire's ties to the papacy, and secured victories against invading Slavs and Magyars. His reign marked the beginning of the Holy Roman Empire as a significant political force in Europe, a legacy that would endure for over 1,000 years. Germany's history is long and full of triumphs and struggles. From ancient tribes to medieval empires, it has been a land of change, conflict, and cultural evolution. Understanding this past helps us understand how Germany became the nation it is today. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss the next chapter of this incredible story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.